As you guys heard in the title, there was a documentary that came out on Netflix.
What would you say is the message?
I coach boys how to make money.
Oh, this is a nice spot.
How to be outside the system. How to be proper guys.
Shut up or nut up. People ask me why Miami, and I tell them because if it was 120 years ago, I'd be on a horse on the way to California to dig for gold.
Whose appeal has proved irresistible to hordes of young fans. 15 is probably like your main demographic.
No, it isn't.
They hear that content, they think it's acceptable.
Fuck the woman! Fuck the woman! What have I done?
I'm doing it for money. I don't care about...
The morality of it.
I'm not living for other people. I'm living for myself.
Do you consider yourself a misogynist?
I love women and actually understand them.
You think you know better than they do?
They want a guy that can lead them and dominate them.
Do you think Satanists are running the world?
Absolutely.
They talk about misinformation on the internet. This is what they're talking about.
I don't do this bullshit editing that you guys do, because I'm real.
Are you getting triggered?
Wondered why these red pillars would ever even think of accepting to do a documentary with this guy, because they're all calling it a hit piece right now. Is this going to tread new ground? No. I think all the red pill talking points, all the hypocrisies, all that stuff has kind of been beaten into the ground. So, you know, there's really not much you could say that hasn't already been overly exposed.
I remember at some point I was talking to one of my friends about the documentary about the Diddy files, right? I don't know, man. I didn't learn anything. And I'm like, you didn't learn anything because you watched the Diddy file unfold every day when it was in court. You're from the culture, so you know every story that there was about Diddy. You didn't learn anything because you were right in it. I feel the same way about that documentary. I was basking in that environment for so long that I know about these characters, I know these people, and I'm not really surprised. It was maybe a documentary for the people that are not aware of that lore.
I don't know if they think things through at all, but they had no idea who this guy was when they accepted to do the documentary, which is very funny because he's one Google search away. But it does speak a little bit to how clout hungry these guys are. Most of them found out while they were live streaming. Mm-hmm. So I was watching this from home, so I recorded some clips on my cell phone.
That took like a majority of the day. I don't know who he is, but apparently he's a respected documentarian. Do you guys know who this is?
So to me, I'm laughing because I'm like, how are you doing this interview with this guy, but you have no idea? I'm just saying, if I'm Neo in the Matrix and some dude who looks like Agent Smith says he wants to stick a camera in my face,
Mr. Anderson,
I might not just accept it so quickly. The Matrix is coming after me. And when the Matrix knocks at their door, they're like, come on in. And then the fourth character who was involved in this, which was Justin Waller, he's another one of these Tate guys who sells the courses and makes money from that. His whole entry was funny. So he's going to meet him right here.
This world and its motivations I was most intrigued by.
It was a funny ass entrance, even the moment I saw him. But the next clip kind of killed me.
Louis, Justin Waller, it's very nice to meet you. Thanks again.
You look like $1 million.
Maybe half.
It's my little phone edits. Bugatti! Bugatti! Sorry, I wasn't supposed to include that. I was just at home getting excited. What do you want me to say? Why was I yelling like that?
But you always do. When you drive around town with this dude next to you, you're gonna hear shit like that all the time, wondering what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, that was not supposed to be part of the edit. We're gonna just ignore it.
No,
Bugatti!
Explain yourself.
Andrew Tate says Bugatti really funny. So ever since I've heard him say it, if I see a supercar, it could be a Ferrari.
Well, what color is your Bugatti?
Bugatti! There's an argument between Justin Waller, who's doing this whole high value man, open-ended on my side. My wife, she, is loyal to me. And we've never really seen her before, so she's in this documentary. Initially, he didn't want to show her, but after another conversation with Louis, he decides to bring her on set.
Change diapers, cooking and cleaning, and his lane is working and providing we don't cross into each other's lane. It works for us.
One of the things that came up early on in conversation with Justin was this idea of one-way monogamy.
My previous relationship, that I was in before him, I was lied to a lot. And so my biggest thing with him was like, honestly, I can take the truth.
You know, I will say, this documentary doesn't help much to combat any of the stereotypes that feminists throws on these people. When they're like, the only kind of women who would accept this are broken or hurt women, or the only men who do this kind of content are dudes who are in a single parent household and had no mentorship. This documentary confirms all of those stereotypes about these people.
I was very open to it for like him and I to do it kind of together.
Bedroom scenarios?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, if I take a girl on a date, one of the questions about if it doesn't happen on the first one, it will happen on the second one.
True.
So I heard you have a wife.
Gaslight me.
She's hot, and then boom, I'll show her a picture of Kristen and Dee, and then go straight for the threesome.
Okay, King.
I'm not about to placate to some girls.
Do you have arranged nights where you know Justin is with someone else?
No.
Is it a don't ask, don't tell kind of thing?
Kind of.
You don't need to know.
I don't need to
You
know.
don't want the gory
What do I need-
details.
Yeah, you don't need the truth, bitch.
What do I need to? It's not even gory. I don't.
Sexy?
I think that most women,
Lie to me.
I could be going on a limb here, but I think most women would like the idea or like to know that their man is wanted by other women. I guess
Very,
it's
by the
like,
way.
yeah.
I didn't bring the state into it.
This part was so awkward because after that, her whole body language changes when he says that. Because when she says, yeah, we're married, and then he goes, yeah, not by the state. She goes. And you could see the awkward moment there. The reason why I was telling is that all these guys talk about we know better than women about what they want and we can make them happy. And I'm all for being proven wrong. But every woman who comes onto this documentary and is in these spaces, you can see how uncomfortable they are with the reality. You see how they have to lie to themselves, and you can see there's the internal conflict on their face that they can't hide. They can't even hide it in front of the cameras. And there's no better example than Mr. Amru Fuddle himself, because his relationship at the time was going on with Angie when this documentary happens. And this shit was funny as fuck. Rollerblade Rico.
No, because misogyny would be the hatred of women. I would argue I love women and actually understand them. So since I understand them, I know what's best for them.
You think you know better than they do?
Yes, in many ways, yeah. And that's how women want it. They want a guy that can lead them and dominate them.
But your girlfriend's named Angie, right?
Yeah.
And then do you have like a rotation of other women?
I wouldn't say a rotation like right now. I do want to get multiple wives, but right now I'm just like focusing on like building things up for this.
So Angie shows up because he's not sure if he wants to let her be on camera.
Should we meet Angie?
Yeah, she's
Angie, can we say hi?
Ah, he didn't let him answer.
He turned around right away to get the scoop because he really wants to talk to her. Now
He
watch this.
rushing that shit.
My favorite part was the one right before that.
What she's like-
when he says really quickly, give me a kiss.
Here, come here, baby.
Yeah.
5 stars. Yeah.
5 stars. Yeah. Yeah. 5 stars. Yeah.
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 All right.
It was so cringe. I played that shit 10 times.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. 5 stars. 5 stars on Yelp. Yeah. Again!
I think when I see when it happens. Like I don't know.
Yo, him and Akash might have a lot in common because he looks like he gets more affection from that dog than he do from his girl.
Can I pet that dog? Yes. Can I get a kiss? No.
Hi, Louis. Nice to meet you. How do you do?
I'm doing okay. Yeah.
What attracted you to myron?
I say to my friends and like to people that always question.
She looked like she held hostage. Look at her.
But we were talking about in the future that maybe there's a world where you would have more than one wife, right?
She understands that. She knows that could potentially come down in the future.
What did you say about that?
I don't know.
Oh, he spent all this time talking about I run my relationship this way, I run it this way. Angie shows up on camera. Oh, how about multiple wives? I don't know.
At some point, those two realities will collide.
You know, that's a bridge we'll cross when we get there. Like right now.
We're not crossing that bridge, but we're roller skating over it.
Yeah,
for sure.
she roller skated that with somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
You never know, man. You can always change your mind down the road. Who knows? Maybe I'll say, I only just want to be with one girl because the two would be too tough. You know.
You backtracked on that already? Some people,
I only just want to be with one girl because the two would be too tough.
you backtracked on that already.
You only can imagine what he's telling her behind the scenes. Because you can see she not down with whatever he's selling. And eventually she ends up leaving. But you heard what he said? Who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind and only want one girl. You already know what the fuck he's saying to her in private. And that's what I mean about these guys. They can LARP online. They can do whatever they want. Talk about, I run my fucking marriage the way I want. That bitch knows her play. And you know what? You see these guys behind closed doors. Oh baby, maybe. And they start selling dreams. Maybe. And they start selling dreams. And what ended up happening with Angie is that eventually she realized this dream that he was selling was always a fraud. That she was never going to get the thing that she wanted, so she had to pretend outwardly for his business. But that clip says everything. Why would you, if you're so axed on doing this red pill alpha male thing where you're going to have multiple wives and you'll start, why are you even going, who knows, maybe I will just want one girl, you know what I'm saying? Maybe. And he starts making out with his dog. Like, I just don't know why you need to do that. But this documentary exposes that. And you know it's a big thing because if you see a clip just afterwards.
Yeah, you shouldn't be in the documentary. I was just wondering what was behind that.
I decided to get into the limelight, and I don't want her to have to deal with that.
She's on the show, isn't she? I've seen her.
No, she doesn't come on the show.
Not anymore. I've seen her, but
it's been a while, Frank said this. I want her to focus on being happy, and she doesn't need to be in the limelight. That's my job.
Coming more from you or from her?
Both.
Angie's got friends and family. And you know what they see every time they see these retarded clips of her? Even if she's got a beautiful penthouse, they go, you look like a loser. And any woman who would sit in this situation, even if she flying a private jet, looks like a loser. She stopped showing up for the documentary and, she was already getting piped down by Rollerblade Rico. So, I mean, it was a funny scene to watch because you see... Rollerblade Rico! Yeah! One part that I thought was really interesting involved these two guys who come up to Louis and Justin Waller. It's super fans. And now you get to see the audience. And Louis starts examining them onto why these guys are interested in this world.
Say hi, Matthew, Chris, Louis. How do you know Justin?
I see his videos and he's one of my greatest role models.
Him, Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, brothers, they're all big inspiration to all of us.
What's the message? What do you get from it?
I just say to never give up. It's life as a man, you're born without value. You have to build that value throughout time.
Holy shit.
Life as a man, you're born without value.
It's
nothing in the world is given to you.
You have to every single thing.
So these guys start talking about how men are born without value, nothing is given to you. I think both of them stutter quite a lot. You can see like they're lacking in confidence. I think it's an easy way to say. And they look up to Andrew Tate, Justin Waller, a couple of these other personalities. So you kind of see them in that initial interview kind of glazing them. And then afterwards, you see them a second time. The second time you see them, it's in a park. And then one of the things that Louis picks up on is that the guy who's...
They do the sneako slash.
Yes.
I wait for somebody to fix my life when I can fix my own life.
Oh! He's doing it!
I've seen Andrew Tate doing that in interviews.
Oh!
I never knew quite what. Someone said it was to do with the Matrix.
Oh, there it is. Which, honestly, if you're poor, stop doing this. It just looks bad. This is for high-value men, not for you brokies. So, Bugatti! Bugatti! Bugatti!
Well, what color's your Bugatti?
They start talking about their past. They talk about the fact that a lot of them didn't have father figures. They talk about the fact that people close to them had passed away, men who had taken their own lives, including one of the guy mentions that his brother had taken his own life.
Right after they say, yeah, I don't believe in the depression, so what did your brother die of? He took his own life. It's like, you didn't have to do bro like that. You didn't have to do your own bro like that. Yeah. Denying the... No, I don't believe in that. So what you're saying? Your bro ended his life because he was weak. Is that what you're saying? Crazy work.
Louis starts to kind of tap into the idea that a lot of these folks who are watching this kind of content, especially the fans you see run up to HS or Sneako, they're all young. They're all very young men without direction in life. And that's like a reoccurring pattern where you're going to see kids as young as 11 and 10 running up to them, being like, we love you, fuck the women, nah.
What'd you say? Fuck the woman, fuck the woman.
What? No, wait. We love women. We love women.
But not like transgender.
Yeah, Mark, preach. What have I done?
And they're repeating the exact same lines that they say. So I think it just goes into playing into showing you what kind of audience is really geared towards this. On one hand, you might think, okay, yeah, it kind of be to expected. I think the other part of it that Louis touches on, especially with HS, is that he talks about the financial services that these guys all offer.
HS's content on TikTok and Instagram is a gateway to a second level of social media, his Telegram group, where he has over 500,000 followers.
Listen, if you want to see the behind the scenes, the shit I cannot put on YouTube because it's too loose, get inside my Telegram.
Here there are links to the accounts of X-rated performers on the subscription-based platform OnlyFans, as well as content of scantily clad women. There are also appeals to sign up to apps that offer financial services where you can follow HS's trading tips.
I've just got in the apartment, £10,000 in an hour and a half. What more do you need to see? You idiots!
He regularly posts videos to his Telegram about his supposed financial success and the way to achieve it. In both cases, HS takes a cut of the income.
Don't hesitate, don't wait. You can be making hundreds of pounds today, or you can still be doing the same bullshit that you do. Send the message now, let's go.
Whether it's Justin Waller and the, was it Real World online course?
Yeah. You made the right decision. The Real World is the #1 school in the world.
Justin also has a Telegram group where he sells subscriptions to a so-called online university, The Real World, set up by his close friends, the infamous brothers, Andrew and Tristan Tate.
So all these guys sign up to a Telegram and they learn about these courses and they pay like $90 a month to learn how to make money, right? And they start talking about, man, I know this 13-year-old who made $3,000 in 1 month. Oh, he made more money than his parents do at 13, 14.
It's like a cheat code, man. There's a 14-year-old kid that made $3,000 the other day. I cannot believe this 13-year-old is making more money than his parents.
And you start to like, I guess I never realized it, but a lot of the services that these guys sell, whether it's the OnlyFans, whether it's the financial services, a lot of the people who are paying for this are often underage or incredibly young.
How could your mum be supportive of you when you're dating guys that were in your queue?
I speak to my parents daily, and I can understand, you could assume.
But then they're twisted as well, though.
They're not.
Which is like all due respect to you, like all due respect to you and your family.
Okay, and this clip goes on a little bit longer where he starts flaming the shit out of her to the point where she almost like gets up and leaves. She's very upset. And the reason why this clip is so glaring is that as Louis is talking to him, he asks Harrison about his businesses. And you know one of his businesses is?
Do you manage OnlyFans girls?
I don't personally manage them, but I bought an agency that does. Do I agree with it? No. Would I profit off it? Yeah.
And throughout the documentary, he speaks about OnlyFans models like they're subhuman, okay?
Not what my daughter will be involved with. I'd disown my daughter, like.
Would you?
Right, if she done something like that.
Come on, that's easy to say.
You know, if his daughter did that, he would disown her, whatever. But he owns an agency, and he brings OnlyFans models onto his lives all the time, promotes them, and he even does content with them sometimes, like R-rated content, which he sells to people.
My kids are going to be very, very happy, very fulfilled. They can do what they want.
You sound a bit like Bonnie Blue.
In what way?
You're saying it doesn't really matter what choices I make because I'm making money and my kids will enjoy a high standard of living. So my choices are irrelevant.
What, me posting a picture with a few girls is the same as getting shagged by 1,000 guys.
It's rationalising.
Don't compare me to Bonnie.
It's rationalising. Are you getting triggered?
I'm not getting triggered, but I don't know why you're talking shit, mate.
Why not try and be a good person?
In what respect? What do you mean?
Just uplift people, don't pander to their worst impulses. Actually encourage them to make the right choices.
It's a good question. If I'd just done good things, I would never have really blown up on social media in the first place. Because me live streaming, chatting up birds, whatever, some of them birds don't want to be on the internet. So if I was just thinking, right, I don't want to upset anyone, I don't want to do anything that's I wouldn't have been where I'm at now. And I'm not living for other people, I'm living for myself.
And I hyperfixated on this portion because I think it kind of reveals the entire game, doesn't it? All of these characters, no matter how much they talk that they're for men or whatever, if you have an honest conversation with them and they were to be honest, they're like, I don't give a fuck about nobody. I'm here to make money and I will do whatever it takes. That's it. And he says, I could be a good person, but I wouldn't go viral. So clout is the only thing that these guys give a fuck about. Even if they think OnlyFans is repulsive and sex work, great, you're conservative. Why do you spend half your day promoting it or interacting with these kinds of women? And it's the one hypocrisy that reigns true throughout the whole documentary. And Louis touches on it. These guys are conservative, they believe in the nuclear family, but they spend their times either profiting from OnlyFans models, interacting with them, hanging in cities where they all exist. None of these guys move to cities where you're gonna have traditional conservative values. Andrew Tate will be like, I'm here to save men. But he made his whole business on taking advantage of men, and he brags about it. No matter how much these guys can speak about OnlyFans model or anything like that, the reality is all of these guys are preying on lonely men who have no guidance.
The word that he said the most was clout. A lot of the answers that he had for Louis was clout. Why was she there? Clout. What? So they're really addicted to that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got triggered because you got compared to the OnlyFans girls, but at the end of the day, both of you want clout. Both of you don't really care about the consequences of what you're doing long term, but you're doing that, right? You're doing all that. At the end of the day, yeah, you are not the same, but you have the same mindset.
I don't do this bullshit editing that you guys do because I'm real.
And throughout the documentary, he says, yeah, I kind of have to do this because, I have to keep the live bumping. And I need to do that because they want to be entertained. And so when you hear the line of, I'm not a puppet, I'm not controlled, you guys are. It's so funny because you realize that all these people are controlled by the need to go live, by the need to maintain attention, by the need to do something extreme to keep the entertainment value up. Because all these young kids who have short attention spans need you to go crazy. At one point, they even assault a guy in the middle of the street to make it exciting.
The mom thing was really weird. You know, it started with her views, and then after that, oh no, he's out here to get my son. Let me just, it's not that. And then she just folded into that like full mother hand.
Explain more.
All they were grilling the mom, talking about, do you agree with this? Like, no, I don't agree with you can't agree with you're soft playing it, my girl. You're soft playing it. Even your son said, yo, my mom would hate everything I watch. He said that in the beginning of the doc.
Do your values come from your mum mainly?
No, my mum's different. Like, my mum would be disappointed that I said that.
Really?
Yeah. She hates racism. She hates, like, homophobia.
Sexism?
She hates sexism. She hates all that shit. So if I was like, about the women cleaning and that, I wouldn't say that around my mum to get slapped.
He said that. He said, oof, my mom would not agree. Hardcore, talk about hardcore feminist and this and that. She would not agree. Oh, she would take my head off if she saw
what I really believe in, what I think.
And then if you see mom just folding, no, I don't really, oh my God.
Yeah.
Babying him even though he's super wrong. That's what's wrong with that. I think that's where we're at. And you help that, my girl. That's one of the reasons. You could not have all your beliefs, but that's the impression I got. And it's really made me feel like, yo, you know how you feel, mom? You feel like you feel guilty about something. Like the way you was brought up or why daddy left. And then you try to make up for it by babying him, by overprotecting him and not giving him the business the way life is. Now you're just sorry that this turned that way, but you're still your boy. You're going to ride or die for your boy.
So he says, you haven't been in my life for 10 years. They're actually meeting him for the first time he recorded it. So they're playing a clip.
I agree with what he did. Don't get it twisted. But no hard feelings.
We talked about it when we'd been together.
If there is any trauma there, what I will say is it's subconscious. It's not something that I'm aware of. Really? Yeah, definitely.
So he says he's not aware of whatever trauma he has for not having his father in his life, okay? There you guys.
Are you a fan of HS's content?
I don't think of him as HS. He's absent. If anyone went through and said that they agreed with absolutely everything their child did and said, then they'd be telling an untruth. So
I just want to say, what a cop-out. No one's asking if you agree with everything. This is like, these are very big fundamental questions. Do you believe in like women's rights? Do you believe in like racism or not? Do you think like, very basic stuff, I don't agree with everything. I feel like that's such a cop-out. No one's asking if you do. Do you agree with these major points and the things that he talks about?
What struck me in the last week or so, I've seen clips of HS saying, call me racist, call me misogynist, call me homophobic, call me a scammer. I'm all those things.
Yeah, that's my way of saying I don't care.
Do you feel you are those things?
No.
Think you're homophobic?
I'm not homophobic.
It's not.
I have a gay mate.
But you said that if you had a son and he was gay, you'd disown him.
That's not homophobic.
The other thing was somebody
I'm not gonna lie, I was in bed, I died laughing at that. He said he would disown his son if he was gay. And he's like, that's not homophobic. Someone wrote, I'm not homophobic, but I'd disown my son, my child for that. It's not an action I'd condone. My son could smoke weed if he wants, but not around me. I'm sure your son's not gonna have gay sex around you either, okay? Okay? I don't think most people who have a gay child are worried they're gonna come home and their kid is banging their best friend, Timmy, in front of them. And let's be honest, most of the people who disown their kids, doesn't matter if you see it or not, you disown it, period.
That's your fault. That's your fault.
Like, stop it.
No, you put an image in my head,
This is so stupid.
and now I have to play it out. Imagine you're just like, Daddy, no, not Dad, not you. I was talking about. Anyways, while you're at it, can you pass me the lube? That's just not gonna happen.
Like, y'all can have your opinions, but stop running away from the fact that, oh yeah, you know what? It's not homophobia. It's just a sexual orientation discrimination. Okay, but like colloquially, you understand how we use the word, which is like you have very strong negative feelings towards people who have this sexual orientation. That's what it means. You don't gotta do this whole technical thing. I'm not afraid. I get disgusted and I don't want any. It's like, all right, we get it, bro. Whatever definition you want to use, you have strong negative feelings towards this to the point that you would disown your child. I've heard people say stuff like, my kid could kill somebody and I would still be in their life. But if he wanted to take it up the butt, and I'm like, all right, a bit crazy to me, but we all got to do things the way we want to do them. Just admit that you have very strong negative feelings toward this, and it's fine. Yes. And one thing that was also funny is like all of them would say this line throughout the documentary. It's like, I love women. I love women. I love women. Like 4 or 5 of them said the line. He was like, oh, are you misogynist? I love women. I just know better than them. I know what they want. I understand them better than they understand themselves. And so I tell them what to do. And then you see the women in their lives and like this. I'm so happy. I'm like, bitch, are you held hostage? Blink, blink, Bugatti, say something. So just seeing those patterns was interesting more than anything else. But I think it's important because we have seen how this movement, and Louis touches on this as well, is influential. It moved elections, it moved young men, it pushed them to vote in a specific direction, and it's definitely altering their views. And this movement is a big deal. And I think Louis did a good job of kind of illustrating that throughout the documentary.